Masechet Pesachim, Dirsha Amud Yomi. Where are we holding? We are at the top of Yud Bet Amud Bet. A little recap what we said. The chametz on Pesach is asur at the 7th hour. Meaning at the beginning of the 6th hour, a day is divided in 12 hours. Half of the day is permitted to eat chametz, half of the day is asur to eat chametz. That is called after the 7th hour, so it's 6 full hours. Very good? Now it's a machloket Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. Hold this well. Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda have a disagreement. You're allowed to eat chametz when? Rabbi Meir, everybody says the 6th hour you got to burn. The 6th hour you got to be burning chametz. Rabbi Meir says you burn it during the 6th hour. Before, 1 hour before. 1 hour before, the cutoff time is that when you start to burn the chametz. And right before that, everything is mutter. That's what it says in the Mishnah. We said in Yud Aleph. Ochlin kol chamesh v'sofin mitchilat shesh. You eat the whole 5th hour and you start burning at the 7th hour. That in the 6th hour, that is Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda adds another buffer zone. Rabbi Yehuda says, you burn the 6th hour, you suspend the chametz the 5th hour, meaning you can't eat it, you're allowed to sell it and give it to your dog, and the 4th hour you're allowed to be eating. 4, everybody says you're allowed to eat. 5, Rabbi Meir says you're allowed and Rabbi Yehuda says you're not. And 6, everybody says you burn. There's a machlokin in that middle hour over there, the 5th hour. Rabbi Meir says you're good, and Rabbi Yehuda says you're not good. That's what we said in Masechet Pesachim. Fast forward to Masechet. Okay, Masechet Sanhedrin. What's the halacha? Masechet Sanhedrin is 2 people need to come and testify against Shmerel that Shmerel is a killer. Who are the 2 witnesses? Moshe and Aaron. Moshe and Aaron come to testify. What day was it? What year was it? Everybody said right. What month was it? They said right. What day of the week is it? They said right. What time was it? And now we have a machloket Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda again. Everybody says, if he said 2nd hour, even he said 3rd hour, it's valid. Because there is room for small error, Rabbi Meir. But if he says 3rd hour and 5th hour, now it's not kosher. This is too much of a discrepancy. People don't make mistakes that big. So therefore, somebody's lying over here, we don't kill Shmerel. That's Shitat Rabbi Meir. Shitat Rabbi Yehuda, yes, people can make a mistake that big. People make a mistake when it comes to the sunlight, what time is. And 3 and 5 is yes valid. 3 and 5 is yes valid. 3 and 5 is a valid time. However, up to that is the time frame you can make a mistake. But 7 and 5, that we don't accept. Because even though you can make a 2-hour mistake, seemingly, we're going to see in a second, in the nighttime, in the afternoon, in the morning hours, but before noon and afternoon, nobody makes that mistake. Because here, the sun is coming up on the east, it's going on to the west. So here the sun is here and the sun is here. You won't make a mistake. You see where the shadows are going. The shadow, if the sun is over here, so the shadows are going to be on this side. If the sun is here, the shadow is going to be on this side. So you don't make a mistake between 5 and 7. You make a mistake between 3 and 5, between 10 and 12, etc. But you don't make a mistake between 5 and 7. Shitat Rabbi Yehuda. You guys got that? So now, in that, we have Amuraim, Abai and Rabbi explaining Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. I don't know if you guys remember. What is 2 and 3? It didn't say 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., 2nd hour and 3rd hour. 3rd hour and 5th hour. Actually, that can mean a lot of things. 2 and 3 can mean the same time. So Abaye says there's 2 opinions in Abaye, and Abaye has 2 opinions how to learn out Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda, and Rava has 1 opinion. Let's go with Rava. Rava says people make mistakes for Rabbi Meir 2 hours. And according to Rabbi Yehuda, people make mistakes 3 hours. 2 hours and 3 hours is a valid mistake. It's reasonable. And according to Rabbi Meir, we said there's opinions over there. Either a person in Rabbi Meir makes no mistake whatsoever, or he makes a touch of a mistake. And in Rabbi Yehuda, a person makes half an hour mistake or 1 hour point something mistake. So now we have a little bit of discrepancy between our Mishnah in Masechet Pesachim and our Mishnah in Masechet Sanhedrin. Because in Pesachim we're saying Rabbi Meir says 1 hour mistake, and Rabbi Yehuda says 2 hour mistake. Why do I not let you eat chametz until 1 minute before the zman? That's the question. At 1:01 you can't eat chametz. At 12:59 you can't eat chametz. We tell you, Rabbi Meir, start burning the chametz at 12, and Rabbi Yehuda says you can't eat it at 11. Why? Leave me alone. Because you make a mistake. You're going to think it's 1, but it's not 1. You're going to think it's 12, but it's already 1. So you're going to be making a mistake. Or you're going to think it's 11, it's already 1. So 1 hour or 2 hours. But in Sanhedrin, we don't accept the testimony. We accept different mistakes, up to 3 hours, 2 hours. So how do we reconcile these two Mishnayot to understand how much person doesn't make a mistake in the time? That's we're going to discuss now. You're going to see this on side. What I just said, we're going to review it right now in Yud Bet Amud Aleph. Yud Bet Amud Bet at the top of the page, third line. Third line, last third word. Tnan. Rabbi Meir Omer Ochlin Kol Chamesh. Like I just told you. Our Mishnah says, Rabbi Meir says you can eat chametz the whole 5th hour. V'sorfin b'tchilat shesh. And you start burning chametz at the beginning of the 6th hour. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Ochlin Kol Daled V'tolin Kol Chamesh V'sorfin b'tchilat shesh. You eat the 4th hour, you suspend it the 5th hour, you burn it the 6th hour. Okay, so that's what we said. You guys got that good? Everybody has that? Okay. Le'abaye aribadi Rabbi Meir. Now if we go back to Sanhedrin, when it comes to testimony, if we accept the testimony if the guy's a killer or not, so Abaye explained Rabbi Meir one way. There's 2 ways Abaye, and he explained Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi explained Rabbi Meir and explained Rabbi Yehuda. Le'abaye aribadi Rabbi Meir. The way that Abaye explained Rabbi Meir in one opinion, Damar en adam toeh velo klum. According to Abaye, a person makes no mistakes, according to, in Rabbi Meir's opinion. What does that mean? I want you to be clear. That means if the guy came and said, Moshe, what time did Shmer kill? 12 or 5. Aaron, what time did he kill? 12:15. You guys are liars. Impossible. People don't make any mistakes when it comes to time. When he said 2 and he said 3, the end of the 2nd hour, the beginning of the 3rd hour. It's the same thing. No mistakes. So why do I have to eat chametz, stop eating chametz, burn my chametz at 12? Let me go till 1. Nikol kula shit. Let me eat chametz the whole 6th hour. Come on, I'm going to burn it for nothing. It's bal tashrit. Ulehach, that's the first question. Ulehach nishna nami. Damar adam toeh mashu. Nikol ad sof shit. And another way explained Rabbi Meir is a person makes a few minutes of mistake. 5 minutes. So let me eat my chametz till 12:55. Why are you making me burn it at 12? Abaye aribadi Rabbi Yehuda, and the way he explained Rabbi Yehuda, Damar adam toeh chetzi sha'a. Okay, and the way that explained Rabbi Yehuda said, don't forget, you go till 4. You have 2 hours buffer zone, not 1 hour. But the way that Abaye explained Rabbi Yehuda and Sanhedrin, the person makes a mistake half an hour. Moshe, what time did he kill? 12. What time did he kill? 12:31. You guys are liars. Nobody makes a mistake of 31 minutes. You guys are liars.
How did they determine the half hours and 31 minutes in those days?
Good question.
Because they didn't have watches like we have today. It was based on,
Exactly, sundial. So
that half an hour, 35 or 32 minutes, how was it?
So actually, they had sundials, and it was based on the shadow. And every time of the year, you would actually know, like it would pretty sophisticated. They would know the shadow gets here at this time. The shadow gets here at this time, and they would have things. And during different months of the year, they would have different.
It's not depending on the time of the year. It's always the same because they do shas manit, right? So it doesn't matter. It's going to be at the 5th hour. It's going to be here, whether it's a long 5th hour or a short 5th hour.
Okay, you're saying good. So it's always going to be the same time.
Yeah. It works all year round. I was just thinking about it.
The only thing is sometimes the net starts later. So that makes no difference.
It goes based off the sun.
Once we know the nets.
Ils avaient une montre zmanite. C'est-à-dire qu'il y avait comme un nombre comme ça. Ouais. Et ils savaient que quand l'ombre il arrive ici, c'est la moitié de la journée.
Exactly.
En zmaniote, ils avaient.
Exactly.
Pas en
now people were actually experts. Many people were actually very strong in knowing the time. You can calculate it. People are good.
How did they do it in a place where there's no sun?
Good. The Gemara is going to talk about that. And even still, some people have an inner sense of to know the time. They're just good at it, Some people, they don't know, they get lost like nothing.
Yeah, but you can't count on that, right? Because you have witnesses here. If one has...
Exactly. So if they both say at the same time, you guys are good, you guys know what you're talking about. But if a discrepancy of 31 minutes, according to Rabbi Yehuda, the way that Abaye explained it, you guys are liars. So if that's true, so why are you making me stop eating at 11 o'clock? Let me eat till 12:30. What are you scared about? I'm going to eat chametz after 1? I don't make a mistake more than half an hour. So why are you making me stop eating chametz at 11? Give me the break. And some say that Rabbi Yehuda said, Abaye said, Rabbi Yehuda said, I know there's a lot of opinions over here, but you're making a mistake 1 hour and a few minutes. Okay, so I understand. Let me eat till 12:59 chametz, till 11:59 chametz. Why are you making me stop at 11? Amar Abaye, listen well. Edut misura lizrizim chametz lakod masur. There's a difference. Whoever's coming to testify in court, he's zariz. He's sure about himself. Because you're coming to kill a person, and they're going to check you out with 7-8 tons of questions. You better know your stuff. You're not going to come unless you're sure. I'm not sure, I can't go. But chametz, everybody's deciding when it's time to eat chametz and not. Let's explain that one more time. We have a discrepancy. In Masechet, let's go just one simple opinion. Let's go Rabbi Yehuda, which is simple, half an hour. But the way that Abaye explains in one opinion, according to Abaye, how does Rabbi Yehuda say? You have to stop eating chametz 2 hours before. But when it comes to, and that's why, because we're scared you're going to make a mistake between 11 and 1. 2 hours? So we accept that a person can err 2 hours. But when it comes to testimony, if Moshe says that the guy killed at 11, and Aaron says he killed at 12, we don't accept their testimony. Why not? A person only makes a mistake half an hour, right? We don't accept it. Half an hour, we say, yes, that's a valid mistake. But more than that, he doesn't make a mistake. You don't make a mistake of an hour. So if I don't make a mistake in an hour, so let me eat chametz till 12:30. Why are you making me stop? So the answer is no. There are different types of people. And every regular guy could make a mistake for 2 hours. That's the way that we're learning it now. You can make a mistake 2 hours with the sun. Are you an expert in this? An expert. Every guy has to decide when he's eating chametz. Every kid from bar mitzvah, he has to know. Every lady got to know. Oh, now we're allowed to eat. Now we're not allowed to eat. So then you can really make mistakes. However, if you're coming to the Sanhedrin, you watch a murder, and you're coming to kill a guy based on your testimony, you're not coming if you're not really sure. So when you're really called zariz, you make a mistake up to half an hour. When you'll make a half an hour mistake. You're not going to make a 2 hour mistake. But for a chametz, every guy's paying attention. I'm not paying attention, so okay, I think the time is like that. So that's the way that we're going to explain that. That's how we're going to reconcile the Mishnah in Masechet Pesachim, the Mishnah in Masechet Sanhedrin. That there's no stira. There's no stira between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. They're saying the same thing. It's different scenarios. People will make more mistake with Pesach and less a mistake when it comes to testifying for murder. That's the first thing we said. That was in Shirat Abaye. Now Rava says completely the opposite, right? Abaye said the mistakes are very small. Let's just review that what we said right now. When it comes to what we said yesterday, if you guys remember, Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda, when it comes to testifying for the murder, they didn't say 5th hour, 6th hour. They didn't say 12 or 1. They said 2nd hour, 3rd hour, 3rd hour, 5th hour. That could be interpreted a lot of ways. The 2nd hour, for example, that's 5 to 6, 6 to 7. It's 2nd hour, 6 to 7. Could be the beginning of 6. That's what Rava says. The beginning of 6. What is the 3rd hour? It's 7 to 8. 8 o'clock. So a person will make a mistake. It's valid to make a mistake. We accept a mistake. A person can make a mistake of a full 2 hours, according to Rabbi Meir. 6 to 8. That's the way that that's the way that Rabbi explained. And in Shitat Rabbi Yehuda, a person makes mistakes 3 hours. So now we have the opposite way of problem. In chametz, we're giving less time, and in murder, we're giving more time. That means the way that Rav is explaining, if you come and Moshe is saying the guy killed at 3 p.m. and Aaron saying he killed at 6 p.m. or 5:59, we accept the testimony. Yes, a person could make a mistake up to 3 hours. You guys are not lying. But when it comes to chametz, you only give me 2 hours, or you only give me 1 hour. So how do we reconcile? Let's read that together. Ve'rava adibadi Rabbi Meir. De'amar adam toeh 2 sha'ot chaser mashu. Rava explains, according to Rabbi Meir, a person is allowed and expected to make a mistake up to 2 hours. Mitchilat he lo nikol. So you should not eat, no nichot, you should not eat chametz for the full 2 hours, even though Rabbi Meir only said 1 hour. He said you can't eat on the 6th hour, but you can eat on the 5th hour. Why? In Sanhedrin, you accept the mistake of 2 hours. So you should not eat the whole 5th hour. Answers, hey, chama b'mizrach, zayin chama b'marav. No, because what are we talking about? 5 and 7? What are we talking about? When is chametz asur? At the 7th hour, which is already when the sun is already on the western side. So 5, it's true a person makes a mistake up to 2 hours, but he won't make a mistake like we said at the beginning between 5 and 7. Because 5 and 7 the sun is here, and 5 the sun is here, and 7 the sun is here. So even though we allow you to make a mistake in Sanhedrin of 2 hours, we won't allow that mistake in Pesachim, because you won't make such a mistake. If that's true, so in the 6th hour, you should also be allowed to eat, because 7 and 6. So here it's right in the middle, and 6 on this side, and 6 and this and 7. It's over here. No, 6 is very close to the middle. 5 is here. 6 is really close to the middle, and 7 is right over the middle. So between 6 and 7, it's very hard to tell. So we're going to make you have a 6 a buffer, but not a 5 a buffer. Should I repeat that? It's a little hard. One more time. Got it? You got it? We got it? One more time.
Are you able to put this on the board?
Yeah, we need a board.
Because
it's a lot of opinions. But let's just repeat this one more time. One more time. Because really what we're dealing with is 2 Tanaim, 2 different opinions, and 2 opinions in each Tana. So that's what's making it hard. But now we're speaking about something simple. Rava says that when Moshe and Aaron come to court, and they make a mistake of up to 2 hours for Rabbi Meir, we accept their testimony. You guys got that? Internalize that. So, Mr. Moshe, what time did Shmerel kill Beryl? Shmerel killed Beryl at 11 a.m. Mr. Aaron, what time did Shmerel kill Beryl? He killed him at 9:05. Okay, Dayanim, what do you say? Valid. Why valid? He's saying 11, he's saying 9. People make mistakes between 9 and 11. That between those 2 hours. That is Shitat Rabbi Meir, the way Rav is explaining. Oh yeah, Rava? Look in Maseret Pesachim. Chametz is asur at 1, and you only, Chametz is really asur at 1, but you only make him stop eating, burning at 12. According to you, a person can make a mistake up to 2 hours. So you should have him stop eating the Chametz at 11. So we answer on that, there's a difference between 9 and 11 and 11 and 1. 9 and 11, the sun is on the same side. It's just here and here. That you can make a mistake. But however, between Chatzot Yom, before Chatzot and after Chatzot, when the sun is coming here you're going to make a mistake. But when the sun is here, or the sun is here, you know based on the shade, where the shade is. You won't make a mistake of 2 hours when it comes to, you make a mistake 2 hours, but not between 11 and 1. 1 hour you make a mistake, because it's so the difference is so small. Is it really above? It's not above. The shade is here or here.
1 hour, it's from 12:01 until 1.
Exactly, from 12:01 until 1.
Not 11.
No, 1 hour. You'll make a mistake of 1 hour ad chatzot yom.
So it's not 11:01 until 12.
No,
it's from 12:01
exactly
until 1.
Exactly. That is the opinion of Rabbi Meir. But Rabbi Yehuda said, however, Rabbi Yehuda said, when Moshe and Aaron come to testify about Shmerel that killed Beryl, we give him a 3-hour window. You give him more mistake. What time did he kill? 6 a.m. What time did he kill? 9 a.m. Kosher. Why a person can make a mistake? And so why does Rabbi Yehuda, when it comes to the sun is for chametz, Rabbi Yehuda says you have to stop eating chametz at the 11, not at 12. He gives a 2-hour. Why for a murder you give 3 hours, and here you give 2-hour mistake? That's the next question. V'Rav alibad de Rabbi Yehuda, d'amar Adam toeg gimel shaot. Rab explains, according to Rabbi Yehuda, the person makes a mistake 3 hours. Chaser mashu, minus a touch. Mitchilat dalid no nikon. So why are you saying that you should not eat from already the 4th hour? Because you make a mistake of 3 hours. Answers the same thing. Hey chama b'mizrach, sheba chama b'marav. Yeah, v'kol sheken dalid. No, we don't make a mistake of 3 hours from 7. Don't forget, the cutoff here is 1. You won't make a mistake of 10 a.m. to 1. The sun is completely over here, the sun's here. You won't make the mistake. Iachi, hey nami. Okay, so also 5. What did we say? 5 and 5 hour and 7th hour, you won't make a mistake. 11 and 1, you won't make a mistake. Sun is here, sun is here. Nikon. So why is Rabbi Yehuda saying that the whole 5th hour is Asr? Targema Abaya Adibad de Rabbi Yehuda de Rava Edud Nisura Nizrizin Chametz de Kol Masur. And the same answer we said before. Everybody's making the cheshbon when it comes to chametz, but only Zari's people are coming to testify in court. Let's repeat that one more time. Rabbi Yehuda says, when you will make a mistake when it comes to testimony, you will make a mistake of 3 hours in general. However, even testimony in court, you will not make a mistake between 1 and 11. You will not make a mistake. Even, so for example, Moshe, what time did Shmerel kill? 11 a.m. Aaron, what time did Shmerel kill? 1 a.m. Liars. Why? You told me 3 hours. Yeah, but not between 11 and 1. If that's true, what about chametz? Chametz, I should be allowed 11. I should be allowed up to 12. I won't make the mistake. I'll never think it's 11 o'clock at 1. When it's 1, it's the cutoff. I'm never going to say it's 11, I have 2 hours. I'm never going to do that. So let me eat 11 to 1. Answers, no, it's not true. When a guy is coming to testify, he's going to make the difference between 11 and 1. But chametz, every kid, every guy, every old person, he's has to determine between 11 and 1. It could be a mistake. That's the way that we just explained. Abai explained the discrepancy. Rava says another answer. Amar la vainu tama de Rabbi Yehuda. And Rabbi Yehuda de tame de amar en biur chametz er sreifa. Another way of answering this question is that the only way you can get rid of the chametz, according to Rabbi Yehuda at this point, is by burning it. V'yavurei rabanan shachat litkod ba'etzim. So we're saying at this point that the answer is not like that. Nobody makes a mistake between 1 and 11. Nobody, even when it comes to chametz. 12 and 1, you make a mistake. So why does Rabbi Yehuda say you can't eat at 11? You know why? Because the only way you can burn chametz at this point is with burning. And if you wait till 12, you're not going to have firewood. So we're going to make you stop eating chametz at 11 and say, why can't I eat chametz? Oh, I got to get the firewood. Quick, run to Rental Depot, buy the stuff, because in 1 hour we got to burn it. So the extra hour is nothing to do with making a mistake. It's to put you a reminder that you got to get firewood. The Gemara doesn't like that answer. Why not? The Gemara says, Iti ve'ravine de'rava. Amar Rabbi Yehuda, matai shelo b'shat biuro, av b'shat biuro hashbato b'kol davar. Interesting. The way Tosfot explains this is that you only need to burn, according to Rabbi Yehuda, at 1. From 12 to 1, you don't need to burn it. You can do whatever you want. When it's the last moment, you got to burn it. But if you want to start getting rid of it at 12, you can do whatever you want. Throw it in the toilet. So you don't need an extra hour to go get firewood. And Amar Rabba gzera mishum yom ha'meunan. That's what Shaul said before. Yes. People don't make a mistake between 12 and 1, between 11 and 1. That's if there's a sunny day. But if it's a cloudy day, Shaul was right. You can make a mistake. So we get you even on a beautiful day, we're going to say 11 is the cutoff because there might be an Erev Pesach that is a cloudy day. And on the cloudy day, you're going to make a mistake, so we put you the extra buffer zone. Let's just repeat all of that 1 second. Rabbi Yehuda, when we ask him, what is the discrepancy you allowed for murder for between the 2 witnesses? 3 hours. What is the discrepancy? However, what if it will be the discrepancy between 11 and 1? Will you accept 2-hour discrepancy in murder? I will not. So why is it when Pesach, the cutoff is 1, you make me stop till 11? Why will we do that? And the Gemara answers, Gzera atu yom ha'meunan. Because if the bottom line, the answer is, you're right, you're only going to mistake 1 hour. But sometimes there's a cloudy day. You can make a mistake in 2 hours. So I'm always going to put you at 2-hour buffer zone to make sure you won't make a mistake. We'll stop there. That's the simple answer. Let's see.
How did they announce those days?
Yachi, 1 second. Yachi afidu arba shaot nami. No nikon. Amar papa zdalit zman suda lakori. So if that's true, it could be cloudy, and I'll even make a mistake on the 4th hour. I'll make a mistake of 3 hours. The cutoff is 1. What time is it? It's really 1. Nah, from the sun I see it's 10 a.m. 10, because it's cloudy. Maybe you can make such a mistake. You overslept. You didn't sleep last night. You're mebulbad. You're trying to look in the sun. You're going to make a mistake. No. Everybody eats their breakfast at the 4th hour. So you know when's the 4th hour you're hungry, your stomach is on a timer. I know when I'm hungry, I know what time it is. You won't, even on a cloudy day, you won't make a mistake at the 4th hour, you make a mistake at the 5th hour. What do you want to ask, Sean?
How did they announce those in the old days? Was there a sound that?
Yeah, so we said, I don't remember the Mishnah, everybody was in Yerushalayim on that day, because everybody was reading Korban Pesach. And in the Beit HaMikdash, there was a sign. There was 2 breads on a big pedestal. When there's 2 breads, you're allowed to eat. When we took off 1, you gotta delay, and you don't eat, but you're allowed to sell. And when we took up both, now it's the time to start burning it.
Outside of Yerushalayim, for instance?
You're right, good question. I guess they had to figure it out. Figure it out yourself.
Of those,
probably they would put some simanim. But most people, the whole Am Yisrael has to come to Jerusalem. Gimel Regalim.
What, men, women, and children?
Everybody. Yeah.
So everybody was there.
Aliyah Regen. One of the miracles was one of the miracles of Jerusalem, nobody said, I never found a place to sleep. Everybody. In Uman, everybody finds a place to sleep. Okay, now, we just need a few more minutes to finish it. Huh? Some people want to do 2 in 1 bed, some don't let, some let. Okay. Let's discuss this. Very interesting. Important for your health as well. Tanu Rabbanan. Shari Shonan. Since we said, so what's the bottom line for Rabbi Yehuda? It's cloudy days you'll make a mistake, but you won't make a 3-hour mistake because everybody eats their breakfast at the 4th hour. Tanu Rabbanan. Shari Shonan Machal Ludim. Who eats at 5 in the morning? Very taivadik people who like to eat, fressers they call it in Yiddish. A guy is a guy, like he likes to eat. So the guys from Lud, they would eat right away their breakfast after the nets, big breakfast right away. Shnia machalistim. The second hour, it was the Steelers. Because the Steelers were staying awake all night. And they were also had tavot. They would be awake all night stealing. They would sleep a little bit in the morning, but they would wake up quickly to get a breakfast. The guy's sleeping. There's 2 tavot. The guy's sleeping is the tava, but he has some chocolate in the fridge. It's a tava. So what's a bigger tava? To continue sleeping or to get out of the bed and get the food? The listim, they had a tava to sleep, but they also had a tava to eat. So they would actually get out of the bed and go some tavot. Shlishit machan yoshim. At the 3rd hour, the guys who made money easy, that's when they have their breakfast. The guy made his money easy. He got a Yerusha. I don't really have what to do. He's not working. So he eat a breakfast early in the morning. Rivi'it machal ponim. The 4th hour is when the workers. The guy, we're saying this, we're going to change it in a second. But the guy wakes up. Chamishit machal tamid chachamim. The 5th hour, the tamid chacham eats. Shishit machal kol adam. 6th hour, everybody's eat. The Gemara says it's not true. But marapapa rivit zman seudat kol. So really we change everything like this. Rivit machal kol adam. So really the 1st hour who is eating the guy from Lud. The 2nd hour who is eating the breakfast, the Steelers. The 3rd hour is the rich guy. The rich guy doesn't have to work. He has nothing to do. He finished his tefillah. He's going to have a breakfast. The 4th hour is machal kol adam. A regular guy eats at the 4th hour. You got to go to work. You wake up in the morning, you're not a Baltaiva, you can eat your breakfast at 9 a.m. and you're going to go to work. After this, you're going to go to work. However, Chamishit Machad Puanim, the guy who's working in the field, he doesn't have that luxury. He got to be up early in the morning, he's got to start working before the sun gets too hot. He works a lot of working, then he only takes a break at the 5th hour to eat his breakfast. And 6th hour, Shishit Machad Tamid Chacham. The Tamid Chacham could eat, but he wants to, I want to prolong it. I want to give more to the soul. The less you give to the body, the more you become spiritual. So I'm not going to fast. I'm just going to eat a little bit later. And by the way, that's a good itzah if you want to purify yourself. Don't cut out the onamazeh. Just delay it. Push it off. Yes, I'll eat it. I'll eat it later. Yes, I'll eat something. Not the full thing. A piece. Do things, but just delay it a little bit and push it off a little bit. That makes you holy. That's called kadesh atzmecha b'mutar lach. Whatever is mutar you, become more holy in that. Mikan v'rach kezorek even nechemet. If you eat after 1 o'clock, it's like you throw a rock in a chemet is a thing that they would use water to carry water. Like what's that thing they're walking in the desert, like a little bag that has water in the army? They have that. A chemet, huh? Yeah, whatever it is. Now imagine you put water in, it's good. If you put a rock in it, it's not going to do nothing. Meaning, what happens is, when you have this much water, okay, and you add more water, it's good. But if you add a rock, it just makes the water higher, the volume, but you didn't get anything from it. So if you eat after Chatzot Yom, you just threw a rock in your stomach, it's not healthy. It's not beneficial. It's actually not good to wait to the end to eat. You hear what it says over here, Yoni? Yoni, you heard? If you eat after the 6th hour, you're not doing any good for your body. But the Gemara says, Amar Abaye lo amran eredor taim mide betzavra. That's only if you haven't tasted anything in the morning. That's if you're really fasting. Fasting half a day, the food in the second part of the day is actually not helpful. But if you had a coffee, you had a little mezonot, you see in all the korenim and all the chassidim, they have a little mezonot on the table. After shachit, eat something small, and then you can eat in the afternoon, it's no problem. So long as you tasted something in the morning, you're good. But don't think you're going to do yourself a service by eating after chatzot. If you drink something, eat something small, then you can even eat in the evening. There's no problem, it's still going to be healthy. But otherwise, it's not healthy. Let's see, Amar Bai, we're almost at the end. Amar Bai, Amar Rav, Ashi, ki machloket bedut, kach machloket bechametz. So, Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda disagree in chametz, and they disagree in testimony. Remember, we said in chametz, Rabbi Meir says 1 hour, Rabbi Yehuda says 2 hours, and when it comes to testimony, well, they also have machloket, and they are the same opinion. They are standard in their opinions. The Gemara says, Pshita, Hanuach, Damrinan. We already said that, the whole page. We reconciled Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. So what are you telling me again? That they agree with each other. They are consistent in their shitas. Hakamashmanan, Shinuye de Shaninan, Shinuyahu, Brotema Tanai Ahi. Yes, basically we're just confirming that the answers we gave you are valid answers, and don't think it's a machloket Tanaim. And I'll explain what that means. Sometimes I could say Rabbi Meir says this, and you could say Rabbi Meir says this, and it's actually two different things. It's just two different students of Rabbi Meir saying different opinions of Rabbi Meir. So sometimes in the Mishnah, you have Rabbi Meir says one thing in Masechet Sanhedrin and one thing in Pesachim, and it's contradiction. And how do we answer it? We say, yeah, it's two different students. Two Tanaim Aribadi Rabbi Meir. Meaning we could both be in the same shur. The Rav said this, the Rav said this. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to write both opinions. Or we could reconcile them, say no, it's the same thing, two different cases. We just did that the whole page. Chametz is one thing, and testimony is another thing. But they both agree in the other opinions. There's no machloket. This is the way to explain them. So we're just confirming that this was a valid, accepted argument, and it's not really two different ways of seeing Rabbi Meir, two different opinions in Rabbi Meir. The last thing we said at the bottom of the page, Amar Rab Shimi Barashi lo shanu b'shaot, aval echad omer kodem anetz chama v'echad omer achar anetz chama edutan betira. Everything we said now that you make a mistake, an hour or 2 hours, that's only during the day. But before the Netz and after the Netz, it could be 1 minute. Netz is at today 5:51, but if one guy says they killed him at 5:50, and one guy says he killed him at 5:53, it's 2 minutes difference. You guys are liars. You do not make a mistake from before the Netz and after the Netz. Everybody sees the sun come up and come down. Pshita, the Gemara says. Obvious. That's obviously true. Really, Ella, echad omer kodem hanetz hama, v'echad omer betoch hanetz hama. Edutan bitira. Really, what he meant to say is some say before the Netz, some say during the Netz. That's pasul. That's obviously true. That's obviously obvious. That's obviously simple. We understood that as well. Here it's dark. Here there's light. Answers. You might have thought really they're both saying the same thing. You might have thought really they're saying the same thing. They're both before the Netz. And they're both saying the guy killed. One guy said at the Netz, one guy said before this. Really, you might have thought it's the same thing. Just one guy, he was standing in a place where there was lightning. And he saw the lightning and he thought it was the Netz. But it was really 1 minute before that, and Netz only came a minute later. And the other guy didn't see the lightning. So maybe they're saying the same thing? No, we're not scared about that. If you said, we're not scared you saw lightning, there's no such thing. You don't mix up the Netz for the lightning. So that's why we have to teach this. So really, all what we said till now is only during the day. But 1 hour before, 1 minute before Netz, and 1 minute after Netz, or even during the Netz, you guys are not telling the truth. Somebody's lying around.
How many, 1 minute you say?
Anything, right before the Netz. What time was it? Right before the Netz. What time did he kill him? During the Netz. Liars. Nobody makes such a mistake.
No, it's batel, it's not liars.
Yes, somebody's lying. Somebody's lying.
No, because one is doing like Zaore Chama,
No.
and one the Chama Marash. That's what the Gemara said, no?
No, the Gemara is saying.
בתוך הנץ החמה בגילוי
So if you look at Rabbeinu,
זה אורי בעלמא הוא. חלק המשמעות.
no, here the
One
Mepharshim.
saw only the sparks of the.
So here they explain, according to Rabbeinu Gershom, he's explaining over here that he saw lightning. Here, maybe you can explain the Gemara a different way. I don't know what's explained over there, but according to Rabbeinu Gershom, which I saw brought down, is saying you might have thought one is saying they're telling this, they're not lying. He's saying before the Netz, and he's saying during the Netz. It's both before the Netz. It's at 5:50, not 5:52. But one guy, why did he say Netz? It's about to be Netz, and he saw lightning. So Netz is coming anyway, but he thought the Netz was the lightning. The lightning was the Netz. So he's making a mistake. No, you don't make a mistake between lightning and Netz. Maybe there's a different pshat over there. But the pshat over here is that you guys are not telling the truth because nobody makes a mistake between lightning and Netz. And if you say before the Netz, you say Netz, not true. Kol sheken before the Netz and after Netz. Be'uchim to you, chazakim to you.